What's your relationship status? All relationships change. Our relationships with family members, with friends, classmates, coworkers, yes, even campus ministers. They're never static, but they're always changing. This is because we are always developing, growing, and changing ourselves. So the ways that we relate to ourselves and to one another, they're bound to change. Our relationship with Jesus is no different. It's constantly evolving and developing with time. As we read the various accounts of Jesus' resurrection this week, I'm struck by the theme of changing relationships between Jesus and his disciples. In yesterday's gospel, Mary Magdalene wants to cling to or hold on to her old ways of relating to Jesus, the way that things used to be. In today's gospel, the road to Emmaus, the two disciples that encounter Jesus don't recognize him at first. He appears different to them. Tomorrow's gospel, Jesus' followers are terrified when they encounter him. This same Jesus who had been their friend and teacher for years at that point. I can relate to these things too. When my prayer life becomes dry and tedious, when God feels distant, when I'm feeling stuck, when the way that I've connected with God for years no longer seems to be doing much. These things can all be a sign that Jesus is inviting me into a change in my relationship with him. New is exciting, sure, but new is also scary and full of uncertainty. In these moments, I'm often tempted to cling to the old ways of relating to Jesus, like Mary Magdalene. Or I struggle to recognize how God is showing up in my life, like the disciples making their way to Emmaus. Or I feel scared, like the apostles, because let's face it, change is uncomfortable and it takes work. What's your relationship with Jesus right now? If your prayer is fulfilling, what a blessing and a gift. If you feel like you're hitting a roadblock in your prayer life, that's a blessing too, because it probably means that Jesus is inviting you to enter into a new, deeper relationship with him. Maybe that means changing your prayer routine. Maybe it means looking at some aspect of your life you've been avoiding or downplaying. Maybe it means paying more attention outside of your prayer time to where you're experiencing love or challenge. If any of this sounds familiar, I would definitely recommend reaching out to a campus minister, a spiritual director, or a trusted friend who you can talk through some of this with. It helps to get another perspective and some encouragement in moments like this. Our relationship with Jesus, like all relationships, is something that changes. Not only is that okay, it's actually normal and healthy as we change and grow and develop as people. Responding to that invitation to go deeper isn't always easy or comfortable. The resurrection narratives clearly show us that. However, if we're open to the invitation, it will lead to our own small moments of sharing Christ's resurrection, where we can encounter newness of life. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Easter, and I'll see you soon.